Chapter 2, Scattering Destiny, 1. Deputy Manager CO, what is this? What is that? Director Kim and Deputy Manager Kong each whisper. But I'm more focused on the drool of the fox falling in front of my eyes than on that. A wise human among the pack, I shall not harm recklessly. However, if you wish to stay in my territory, a price must be paid. One of you must offer me a limb to temporarily acknowledge your residence. Who will sacrifice their limb? Right. Since it has come to this, I will offer it. Trembling, I stretch out my left arm. In my past life, when I knew nothing, everyone screamed at the sight of the fox. And everyone was left dying with their arms and legs torn apart, eaten by the fox in its fury. Surviving that was a miracle in itself. But now, I know the etiquette of the forest and have gained the fox's favor. Not everyone's limbs. Not all limbs. Just one person's limb. Only one of them needs to be offered. Even that will be healed by the cultivators who will arrive in 2 days. A wise human indeed. I acknowledge your sacrifice, so I shall taste it as painlessly as possible. The fox opens its wide mouth and bites into my arm. Aha! Arg! Arg! My flesh is torn apart by its large teeth. Bones crushed, blood vessels ruptured. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Snap. Rip. After chewing on my arm for a while, the fox violently tears it off my body. Ah. Arg. Ah. I writhe in pain, half out of my mind, and grab a handful of pain relief herbs I had prepared in advance. I put them in my mouth, roots and all, and swallow them. The dirt and sand in the roots get stuck in my teeth, but that's the least of my concerns. The pain is unbearable. After consuming the herbs for a while, the pain starts to subside as their effects kick in. Crunch, crunch, munch. Later, the fox that swallowed my entire arm licks its lips with its tongue. I thought it might taste different because of its unique scent. Turns out, it's not much different from ordinary humans. There's a lot of impurities in the blood vessels, making it rough and leaving a bad aftertaste. I offer this humble tribute. I accept your tribute and permit you to stay in my territory for 7 nights. My divine power has infused you, so you shall not die from this wound. After saying so, the fox leaps away and disappears into the forest. Hoo, ha. Ha, ha. I chew on a hemostatic herb, apply its juice to where my arm has been torn off, and the bleeding stops, the pain gradually subsiding. Gr. Ugh. Deputy Manager CO. Deputy Manager CO Eunhyun. Director Kim and Deputy Manager Kong hurry over to help me. What is all this? What was that just now? First, let's go inside. I'll explain. Supported by the two, I return to the cave. Then, I mix truth and lies to tell them what happened. This morning, I met the fox when I went out early. It told me. They will find out in a few days anyway. I pretend the knowledge I already have was what the fox had taught me. This is not the world we used to live in but a completely different one, inhabited by immortals, cultivators, and martial artists. Martial world, huh? This is thrilling. Hee, never thought I'd experience something like this. Director Kim and Chief O make jokes about the martial world, trying to lighten the mood despite their disbelief. Haha, Deputy Manager CO. If it's about the martial world, I'm an expert. So, you see. Director Kim's voice trembles, revealing his attempt to hide his emotions. Don't die. If you die. It isn't excitement about the martial world, but a forced attempt to divert attention from my pain. Director Kim and Chief O are trying to lighten the mood because they are the oldest here. It's okay. I won't die. The fox said so, with its divine power, I won't die from this wound. In my past life, when we didn't perform the ritual, everyone's limbs were torn. Despite the pain that made us wish for death, none of us actually died. No, we couldn't die. But what about immortals and cultivators? At that moment, when Chief O is puzzled by my mention of immortals and cultivators, Section Chief John steps forward. There are novels called Xianxia, not just martial arts fiction. John Myung-hoon explains the concept of Xianxia to Director Kim and Chief O. I see. Section Chief John, you know some interesting things. I've been interested and have looked into it. I guess he spent his work hours reading Xianxia novels instead of working. So that's why he dumped his work on me. I almost explode in anger but quickly let it go and continue speaking. Anyway, the owner of this forest demanded a tribute to allow us to stay here temporarily, so I offered my arm. This should keep us safe in the forest for a week. A week? What happens after a week? We'll have to offer another tribute. At this, everyone's gaze turns towards my shoulder. Their faces are all pale as death. By the way, could you bring me some pain relief herbs? It hurts a lot. Ah, sure. This one? Thank you. I chew on another root of the pain relief herbs I had dug up earlier. I'm going to sleep for a bit. Please understand. Perhaps due to the shock, I naturally fell asleep as the tension released. After suppressing the pain with the herbs, I fall into a sweet sleep. It's said that hearing is the last sense to go. Perhaps that's why, as I regained consciousness, I could hear the voices of others. What? A tribute? That's absurd. After a week, we have to offer another tribute like that. We should think about leaving this place within a week. How can we let Deputy Manager CO suffer like this? Deputy Manager CO was the first to encounter that thing and almost got eaten. Rather, he's the first to sacrifice. In a half-asleep state, I continue to listen to the ongoing conversation. But what if we can't leave the forest after a week? John Myung-hoon asks in a cold voice. No one answers. Then who will have their limb torn off next? Silence hung in the deeper part of the cave. In 3 days, the immortals will appear and kidnap them, so it doesn't really matter. There's no need to mention anything about my regression. That's when it happened. A rather annoying sound came to my ears. Is Deputy Manager CO sleeping well? Yes. He's completely knocked out. Deputy Manager CO, if you're awake, I have something to tell you. Please wake up. I keep my eyes closed and pretend to sleep. John Myung-hoon checks that I'm asleep and then stands up. Come to the entrance for a moment. Huh? Can't we just talk here? No, come outside. Eventually, John Myung-hoon leads the others to the cave entrance. A while later, I hear whispers from the entrance. Simultaneously, there are voices criticizing John Myung-hoon. Section Chief John. How can you think of something like that? Deputy Manager CO sacrificed his arm like that. Section Chief John. I really can't approve of that. Outside the cave, John Myung-hoon raises his voice. Well, who will offer their arm or leg to the monster fox after a week? Even so. Chief O, what do you think? I think it's reasonable. I don't know. And Deputy Manager CO is capable. He knows a lot about herbs and food. Then let's learn as much as we can from CO Eun-hyun for a week. Though I couldn't hear clearly from outside the cave. I can roughly guess. So they're thinking, since I've become disabled, let's cut off my limbs and offer them to the fox every week. It's not going to happen, but it still feels disgusting. Very, very much so. Should I kill him? Even with one arm, the violence I have learned over the 50 years in my past life is considerable. I could easily kill someone like John Myung-hoon, who hasn't fully escaped modern civilization. No. That's not it. The immortals who will find us in 2 days didn't come for us. They came because they found talented beings. Chief Oh Hyun-suk, Deputy Manager Kong Min-hee, and Section Chief John Myung-hoon. They were surprised by the qualities of these three. If even one of them is missing, I can't be sure if they'll come. Should I beat him to the brink of death? Make him disabled? Anyway, the immortals came to us in the past even when their limbs were severed. It's likely that they would come even if this guy's limbs are broken. However, I soon stop thinking and shake my head. Everyone must be paralyzed in their head with emotions due to fear. They are all originally good people. It's just that the situation is too sudden and nonsensical. And if I want to rely on Director Kim later, it wouldn't be good to show too cruel a face right now. It's better to be seen as a subject of protection or sympathy. Also, if Director Kim joins in this plot, he will take more care of me in the future due to guilt. It's rather good. Everything will be resolved on the third day anyway. In 2 days, John Myung-hoon, Oh Hyun-suk, and Kong Min-hee will be people I never see again. 3 days later, Oh Hye-seo and Kim Yeon will be separated as well, and Director Kim Young-hoon and I can leave Ascension Path with the help of a monster. I quietly continue to pretend to sleep on the floor. After a while, people with dark expressions, as if they had reached some dirty agreement, enter the cave. Hey, Deputy Manager CO. Are you okay? Try getting up. John Myung-hoon deliberately wakes me up. Haha, Deputy Manager CO. Sorry about that. I didn't know you were such a self-sacrificing person. From now on, I'm counting on you. John Myung-hoon looks at me with a smile I have never seen before and pats my back. I look around at the people nearby. Everyone's expression is dark. This garbage, I see how he persuaded everyone with his silver tongue. For a moment, annoyance surge, and I even consider strangling and killing the guy who hugged me. Endure. Phew, just hold on. Yes. We all need to survive together in a difficult situation. Haha, right. So, about the fruit you picked yesterday. Do you know where to find it? This bastard, so he woke me up for this. I can teach you. Actually, I was planning to teach you, Section Chief John, in particular. Huh, really? Thanks. Thank you. Don't worry about surviving in the forest. I'll teach you everything. I give him a sly smile. Yeah, I'll teach you all this knowledge. After all, it's knowledge you won't need for the rest of your life once you join a cultivation sect. John Myung-hoon. How many times have I told you it's not that fruit? You're not focusing on my words, are you? No, but surely. The one with the split top is a different fruit. Eating this fruit will kill you. Do you understand? While teaching John Myung-hoon about herbs and edible fruits, I no longer called him Section Chief. He's learning about herbs while grinning, even though I'm scolding him. I wonder how frustrating it will be when he realizes these are low-grade herbs useless for a sect disciple. No, John Myung-hoon. Can't you understand? I've explained several times. You have a problem with concentration. I get it. John Myung-hoon's face turns as red as raspberries. John Myung-hoon is being tormented in the same way he used to torment me when I first joined the company. He must be enduring it with the thought of extracting as much knowledge as possible in a week. Sorry, but we won't see each other again in 2 days. Look here. This is called green-leafed ear, and it emits a unique fragrance when chewed. It can be used for brushing teeth and repelling insects. Green-leafed ear, green-leafed ear. But I've never heard of these in Korea. Chief Oh Hyun-suk tilts his head, looking a bit confused. They are somewhat specialized plants, and since they are not native species, you may not be familiar with them. Of course, they don't exist on Earth. I'm using the knowledge of herbs I learned in this world. But Chief Oh Hyun-suk, not being an expert, seemed to believe it roughly. That's right. Please continue. This is called blue baby's hand vein, also known as blood-purifying grass. Ah, John Myung-hoon. You're not listening to me now, are you? Sorry, right. I continued giving John Myung-hoon noticeable looks while persisting with the herbal medicine class. The day passes by just like that. And the next day. We have to confront a huge red snake with 2 heads staring at us in front of the cave. Hi, hike. Huh. The others tremble in fear, holding things like branches inside the cave, and I cautiously speak to the snake. What brings you here? The snake replies. The master of this territory has tasted a human with a unique scent. Though not as much as the fox, this snake is quite fearsome to me. Of course, compared to the fox, it isn't really traumatic. Of course, since you've offered sacrifices to the master of the territory and received permission to stay for 7 nights and days. I will not bother you during that time. However, the snake licks its lips with its 2 heads. If you allow me to taste even a little of your blood, I won't bother you even after 7 nights and days. Unlike the fox that tore off my arm, the snake is quite moderate. Even in my past life, when I wasn't recognized by the fox, this 2-headed snake just came, bit into Chifo's body, sucked his blood, and left. But now, it's even asking for our permission to take some blood. It should be fine. Our bodies, being modern people, are full of cholesterol and fat. Thanks to that, in my past life, the snake left after tasting Chifo's blood, saying it's tasteless. How much blood do you want? A handful. Just a handful of blood. Then, I'll leave. I smile and look at John Myung-hoon. Mr. John Myung-hoon. Could you give this gentleman some blood? What? It's not like I'm asking you to sacrifice an arm, just a handful of blood. That should clot quickly. Mr. John Myung-hoon. Don't you need knowledge of herbs? Alright. With a flush face, John Myung-hoon cuts his hand with a sharp stone knife he had made. Drip, drip. The snake joyfully consumes John Myung-hoon's blood. A little later. There are many impurities in the blood. Even poison. A terrible taste. The worst I've tasted compared to any human's blood. The snake shakes its 2 heads and retreats. The blood of a 21st century office worker, laden with cholesterol and nicotine, is not tasty. Anyway, since you let me taste the blood, I'll leave. After the snake left, I applied hemostatic herbs to John Myung-hoon's wound. John Myung-hoon was quite annoyed, probably feeling dirty from being licked by the snake. Mr. Seo-eun-hyun. I know I bullied you a lot in your early days at work, but isn't that a bit too much? What can I do? It's hard to ask the ladies or older executives like the chief and the director to give blood. A handful of blood should have been enough for you. I just had an arm severed yesterday, and I'm a bit short on blood. Even a handful is a lot for me. Kook. John Myung-hoon bites his lip and takes a breath. Funny guy. He plans to sell me to the fox in a week. He's just resentful because I sacrificed him. Anyway, he can't do anything to me. Well, I won't see him after tomorrow. I think I should take advantage while I can and start to hassle John Myung-hoon more. Thus, 3 days passed since we fell into this forest. Whoosh, whoosh. The wind has been strong since dawn today. Zap, zap. At the same time, the air feels turbulent. I smile and wake up John Myung-hoon early in the morning. Mr. John Myung-hoon, let's go pick some herbs in the morning. Right from the morning. Hurry up. Alright. I take John Myung-hoon around, searching for herbs. And a little later. Oh, I found it. Is this a good herb? Yes, it is. It does look like ginseng. John Myung-hoon swallows his saliva looking at the plant resembling wild ginseng in front of him. The plant is a type of ginseng called yellow bamboo root. It isn't particularly rare. But what matters is the size of the ginseng. Perhaps because it absorbed spiritual energy, the yellow bamboo root, normally the size of a pinky, is now as thick as my forearm. Ha ha ha, oh, this is incredible. Is it really okay to dig up so much wild ginseng like this? John Myung-hoon seems to feel exhilarated, but I'm chuckling to myself. After all, you won't have the chance to eat such things in the future. Even the yellow bamboo roots that John Myung-hoon digs up with his own hands, he won't be able to eat. For cultivators, yellow bamboo root is just a low-grade medicinal herb for mortals. Of course, it's used by martial artists for internal energy enhancement. I should give it to Director Kim later. You can try the ginseng later. First, put them here. I hand over a pouch I made from tearing my clothes. John Myung-hoon carefully puts the ginseng into the pouch. Let's return now. It's about time to head back. We went back to the cave, had John Myung-hoon start a fire, and sat down. And it was when I was quietly sitting and looking up at the sky. Quagwang. Quack-quagwang. Suddenly, there's a flash, and something collides in the sky. It seems like a collision of black, golden, and pure white lights. And then, at that moment. Kuhuk. Quack. Suddenly, John Myung-hoon spits blood and collapses. Aik, aok. Deputy Manager Kong Min-hee also screams and collapses. Her screams echo around like a ghostly wail. Additionally, Chief Oh Hyun-suk also collapses, clutching his heart. It's time. A little while later. Pot. Above the cave we were in, 3 orbs of light fly down. Wow, amazing. To think I'd find such gems while bumping into those annoying folks. Who's talking? Get lost, Bayako. These guys are all mine. Such shameless talk. Hyo Guak. From within the orbs of light, a middle-aged man in a golden robe, a figure in black robes that made it unclear whether they are male or female, and a giant in blue armor st out. Yo, you are, who? Director Kim asks them with a fearful voice. However, they glance at Director Kim and ignore him. No spiritual roots. Just ordinary mortals. They're irrelevant to my treasures. Their gaze sweeps over each of us in turn. Do these 3 have spiritual roots? But it's amazing. How did these untrained mortals end up in Ascension Path? Hee, it seems like that fox tricked one of them. From the injury, it seems they offered themselves willingly. Impressive spirit for a mere mortal. Kwang. The giant in blue armor stomps his foot, and a faint turquoise light ripples outwards. At the same time, when the light touches my body, something amazing happens. My arm, enveloped in a sky blue light, regrows. Thank you. I bow deeply to the giant, overwhelmed with gratitude. The giant laughs heartily and speaks. No need to be so formal. For a cultivator, restoring a mortal's blood essence is quite easy. Anyway. Click. These 3 have spiritual roots, shall we see who's worth it? The middle-aged man in the golden robe steps forward and extends his hand. A golden sword then floated above his hand. Wuong. Pajijik. Simultaneously, golden lightning roars in the sky, and John Myung-hoon collapses again, spitting blood. As expected, amazing. A body of heavenly golden thunder. Move, it's my turn. The figure in black robes, ambiguous in gender, pushes the man in the golden robe aside and takes out a black pipa. Tongue. As the pipa string is plucked, Deputy Manager Kong Min-hee clutches her head and screams. Ache. Her screams once again echo like ghostly wails. The figure in black robes show a slight smile. Ghostly een transforming immortal root. To think it actually exists. Hee, I also believe what I felt was not a lie. The giant in blue armor walks past the figure in black robes and approaches Chief Oh Hyun-suk. What is it? Chief Oh seems fearful, but the blue-armored giant surprisingly checks his pulse, holding his wrist calmly. And after a while. A unique holy body. Can such a body really exist? Impossible. A little while later, the 3, seemingly shocked, calm their hearts and then ask the 3. Would you like to consider the path of cultivation? The middle-aged man in the golden robe speaks to John Myung-hoon with a gentle expression. Each of you has the talent to turn the world upside down. It's unthinkable to waste such talent. The figure in black robes looks at Deputy Manager Kong Min-hee with a lingering gaze. Immortality. The power to turn heaven and earth upside down. Immense wealth and honor. Don't you want it all? I assure you, if you follow me, you will obtain everything within 100 years. The giant in blue armor openly approaches Chief Oh Hyunsuk and speaks, massaging his body. I am the Grand Master of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect, Jin Byak Ho. How about all three of you join my Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect? Humph, so greedy. In our Black Ghost Valley, there's no such thing as a missing elemental method. I am the Grand Elder of the Black Ghost Valley's Elder Council, the White Bone Ghost Devil. If all of you join our valley, you can achieve maximum growth. Well, I don't really need those two. Just you, come along, unique holy body. I am the founding sect leader of the Azure Heaven Creation sect, Azure Tiger Saint. If you wish, I'm even willing to pass on the sect to you. Oh, the other two can come if they wish. Though different in direction, you both have tremendous talent, so I'll take you as direct disciples. While the three cultivators seem to be giving them a choice, in reality, it's no different from a forced threat. The giant in blue armor, known as Azure Tiger Saint, is practically crushing Chief Oh Hyunsuk's shoulder. The gender-ambiguous figure in black robes, the White Bone Ghost Devil, is doing something suspicious while making eye contact with Deputy Manager Kong Minhee. Deputy Manager Kong Minhee's eyes are gradually becoming dull. And Jin Byak Ho seems to be pressuring John Myung-hoon with an invisible force, as if threatening to kill him if he doesn't choose him. After a while, John Myung-hoon, Chief Oh Hyunsuk, and Deputy Manager Kong Minhee are forced to join the three cultivation sects. Welcome to the sect, haha. The elders of the valley will take good care of you. Come, my disciple, let's go. The three cultivators are about to take off with the three people. Just then, Director Kim, who is watching the situation in a daze, suddenly regains his senses and runs out. Wait a moment. Excuse me. Can you possibly help us out of this forest? If we stay here, we're all going to die. Are you so worried because you're mortals? Worried about that fox? Don't worry. The giant in the blue armor, Azure Tiger Saint, laughs and speaks. We've already beaten all the demons and monsters in Ascension Path on our way here. Now we're going to catch that fox too, and for the next 10 years, Ascension Path will be safe. Ah, no. Look here. Section Chief John. Chief O. Deputy Manager Kong. Say something. We don't even know how to get out of here. In reality, John Myung-hoon is already captured by Jin Byak Ho in a golden bottle like a Pokemon. Deputy Manager Kong Minhee is completely entranced by White Bone Ghost Devil. Azure Tiger Saint just laughs off whatever Chief Oh Hyunsuk says, seemingly uninterested. It was like this 50 years ago. Those three were irresponsible and out of their minds. No matter how loudly we shouted, they didn't pay any attention to us, as if we were just insects, and went on their way. Instead of calling out hoarsely to the three cultivators, I touch my arm that has been restored. Well, at least they restored my arm. I sigh and thank Sir Chang-ho inwardly. Director Kim shouts till his throat is hoarse as he watches the three orbs of light disappear, but there's no response. Ugh. Damn it. Eventually, Director Kim just collapses. What are we supposed to do, in this forest? Now only 4 of us are left. Me, Director Kim Young-hoon, Deputy Manager Oh Hyeseo, and Manager Kim Yun. Tomorrow, Deputy Manager Oh and Manager Kim will probably be kidnapped too. My time alone with Director Kim is coming shortly. Director Kim is momentarily disheartened but is overjoyed and congratulates me upon seeing my arm had been restored. It's really a relief, truly a relief. Exactly. Moreover, that Azure Tiger Saint said he'd catch the fox too. If we only aim to survive, it seems we can make it. I see. When Deputy Manager Seo's arm was torn off, I thought I was going to lose my mind. But even now, it's really shocking to see 3 of our colleagues disappear like that. Deputy Manager, it's truly fortunate. We, who had lost our colleagues yet had our lives assured in this strange situation, sat there, unable to cry or laugh. And then, a little later. Like a meteor passing through the sky, a pure white light streaks across the sky. Oh, what? It isn't just that. After the white light, dozens of lights fly across the sky like a meteor shower. All are headed in the direction where Jean Bayak Ho, the white bone ghost devil, and Sir Azure Tiger Saint had flown. What is this? Is there something in that direction? Director Kim looks in that direction in confusion, and I start to gather fruits to eat for the day, lighting a fire to roast them. Tomorrow, it will be time to part ways with Deputy Manager O and Manager Kim. SSSSSSS. The next day came. This day is unusual as it rained. Dark clouds fill the sky, and thunder rumbles. With this weather, it'll be hard to go out for fruits. What should we do? Manager Kim looks at us with a worried expression. Especially since Deputy Manager O isn't in good condition. It's true. Deputy Manager O High SEO is lying down with a high fever, looking at the sky with a vacant expression and muttering to herself. Let's wait a bit longer. I speak, looking up at the sky. Who knows, maybe another miracle like yesterday will happen today. Is that really a miracle? Oh, of course, your arm coming back is really, like a miracle, but... I chuckle and say to Manager Kim. Who knows? Someone might appear and cure Deputy Manager O's illness completely. I look up at the sky with Manager Kim and Director Kim. It's lunchtime. Quarrung. Thunder roars. Cough. Cough. Deputy Manager O's cough and fever worsens. Blood flows from her nose. Deputy Manager CO. Is there any herb we can use for this? What should we do? Let's try giving her some fever-reducing herbs for now. That's when it happened. Thud, thud. Someone enters the cave. He's a handsome middle-aged man dressed in blue robes. The middle-aged man, with a top-knot hairstyle, has a pair of small deer-like horns on his head. Mortals an ascension path. It's like ants getting crushed between the competition of true dragons. Who are you? Director Kim, vigilant, guards against this new figure. The man in blue robe smiles wryly and introduces himself leisurely. I am the Sea Dragon King, Seo Huiol. I came following the source of the sudden and unnatural stormy weather. That woman over there is using the spell of the storm. The man introduced as Seo Huiol points to Deputy Manager O. Well, it's not exactly a spell, but yes. She wields the power of the storm. It's a strain on her human body to cause such massive events. ST storm? Yes, the storm. It's quite unusual. A human, and a mortal at that, without even spiritual roots, wielding such immense power. She's not even doing it consciously. Truly peculiar. Peculiar, indeed. Curious, I ask Seo Huiol a question that had been on my mind. In fact, we've experienced more peculiar events. Yesterday, 3 incredible cultivators took away members of our group who were perfectly suited as their disciples. And today, you came to take a look at Deputy Manager O. Why do people as great as you come to us so specifically? To my question, Seo Huiol looks puzzled for a moment, then bursts into laughter. Ha ha ha, it is so. I'm not sure of the details, but there were mortals among your group with exceptional qualities. Masters fitting those qualities took your colleagues away. And today, I appeared, specifically suited for that woman. Is that peculiar? Seo Huiol asks me as if amused. Look here, mortal friend. Do you know where this place is? From what I've heard, it seems to be called Ascension Path. Ascension Path. Also known as the Path to Ascension, a gateway leading to the upper realm. And in a few months, near Ascension Path, a space rift called the Gateway to Heaven, the Ascension Gate will open. It's a once-in-a-thousand-years event. During this time, the surrounding space becomes unstable, and many cultivators and demons flock to the vicinity of Ascension Path. All to ascend to the upper realm. All high-level cultivators existing in this realm would have gathered. So, it's not impossible that masters specifically suited for you appeared. The same is likely for that woman. If not me, other high-level cultivators or demons would have found her. Is that so? I thought that some entity that sent us to this world intended to scatter us quickly. But it seems, in reality, it's just a matter of probability. But the cultivators took my colleagues away. Director Kim, seeing me initiate conversation with Seo Huil, seems to relax and also asks a question. They talked about joining their sects and inheriting their methods, but if you ascend to that upper realm, how do they get people to join their sects? As an ordinary mortal, you might not understand cultivators. Among the skills of cultivators, there is one to shrink large objects for storage. Hearing Seo Huil's response, I am astonished. Perhaps all of them have stored their sects in their storage devices. Their ambition is to ascend to the upper realm with their entire sect when the ascension gate opens. In fact, I have also placed one of my Sea Dragon tribe's castles in my storage device. There are about 1,800 of my Sea Dragon tribe members sleeping inside it. Stunned by his incredible words, both Director Kim and I are at a loss for words. Swoosh. Then, Seo Huil approaches Deputy Manager O and strokes her forehead. Her condition, previously feverish and gasping for air, quickly stabilizes. Intriguing, really intriguing. If she becomes a member of my Sea Dragon tribe, she might become an extraordinary being. Swoosh. While talking, Seo Huil picks up Deputy Manager O. Director Kim, flustered, tries to stop him but is repelled by an invisible force. This lady will receive my blood and become part of my tribe. That will probably be good for both of us. Since many formidable cultivators will pass through Ascension Path, I say this out of concern. Flash. Seo Huil's pupils slit vertically. Cough. Choke. Arg. Guh. Ugh. Both Director Kim and I, who previously asked Seo Huil questions, collapse under the overwhelming pressure, finding it hard even to breathe. Do not carelessly question high-level cultivators. I am good-natured and answered your questions, but some cultivators with foul temperaments will explode you like bugs just for questioning them. After speaking, Seo Huil leaves the cave. Flash. Boom. With a flash, a thunderous roar echoes, and shortly after, we see a blue dragon flying in the sky. SSSSSSS. The rain still does not stop. Manager Kim looks up at the sky with a hollow look and mutters. Everyone's been taken away. Now I don't even know what's what. Suddenly a landslide, suddenly another world, cultivators, dragons kidnapping my colleagues. Ha ha ha. She covers her face, looking like she might cry. Director Kim Young-hoon also sighs deeply with a gloomy expression. I don't know what to do. We should try to find a place with people, but I don't even know where to go. These cultivators and dragons just spout incomprehensible things and, damn it. I pat both their shoulders quietly. Then, suddenly, Manager Kim Yun grabs my arm. Deputy Manager Seo, you're not going to suddenly disappear too, right? Don't, you can't be kidnapped too, Deputy Manager. If you're taken away too, I won't have the confidence to survive in this forest. I gave a bitter smile. Tonight. Lastly, Manager Kim Yun will be kidnapped by a strange being.